Hello? 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 What's good, man? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if everything's working real quick. I said, better late than ever, better late than ever. Okay. Kind of started a little bit late because I had a late brunch, I guess you could say that. What's up, Blue Jay FNAF? Or wait. Yeah, Blue Jay FNAF was a goodie, bro. Alright. We streaming, so just gonna wait for this to get a little bit more active, I guess. Cause so what we're doing today is we're reacting to like not reacting, but trying to figure out all this Poppy Playtime lore. And I'm just gonna watch MatPat's videos because I rely on MatPat the most. Yeah, and he retires soon. Yeah, there's a lot. Yes, I got it. Okay.
Doki
Let's
Doki
start.
Literature Club solved. Bendy and the Ink Machine solved. Five Nights at Freddy's solved. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Then kind of retconned and solved again.
Yep.
I don't know. It's kind of solved.
Mhm.
Remains to be seen. Anyway, today there's a new challenger, Poppy Playtime. And with only one chapter available, this thing is ripe for the theorizing. We've seen children's toys and games trying to kill us in the past,
Yep.
but it's never been anything like this.
Yep.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where today I wanted to start off by introducing you to our
classic.
latest piece of merch. Say hello to the Maddie Pally doll.
W.
Maddie Pally, the perfect friend for every theorist. But hey, that's just a theory. And that's not all he can say. He's actually full of all the favorite catchphrases from the channel. I'm coming to get you, Matt Pat. Oh,
Yep.
okay, very funny. Who changed the voice box? No one did, Matt Pat. Okay. I'm going to kill you, Matt Pat.
Wow.
That's no theory. And we're done with that one. Why do I always end up with all the creepy possessed stuff? Guess it's just kind of the brand now. But hey, if you like all things creepy, why not hit that subscribe
I told you I was gonna
button?
stream today,
Well,
dog.
let's just say that I can't guarantee your
What's up,
safety
Turtles?
from
What's up,
whatever
Blocks
scary
VR?
toys you have lurking around your house. To be fair, I can't really do that even if you do push the subscribe button, but still, pushing that button won't.
This is MatPat. We're trying to figure out I'm just watching the Poppy Playtime lore. So yeah, I'm just trying to articulate all this by watching MatPat. So yeah, let's start.
So, Poppy
Yeah,
Playtime,
subscribe.
the latest horror craze filling the void of emptiness as we asymptotically approach the release of Security Breach. If there's a formula for indie horror, this thing checks all the boxes. Simple, creative gameplay, check. Horrific childhood
I love lore
playthings,
too.
check.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Hidden lore sprinkled throughout,
Alright.
double check. So today we're gonna look at the first chapter to start piecing together what's really going on in this game and what's
Alright.
gonna be coming in the future installments. And let me tell you this, while it may certainly look similar to the dozens of indie horror games that we've seen in the past, this one has some unexpected twists that make it all the more surprising.
What's up, Tommy
and more
French? Welcome back. How you
terrifying.
doing,
I gotta say,
bro?
for the first time in what seems like forever, there's no malicious AI trying to steal your identity to escape their video game prison by hopping into your body. No matter what else this story entails, big props on being creative on that one. When we boot up chapter 1, we're told that we're taking on the role of an ex-employee of the Playtime company.
Doing good, Tommy. That's good to hear.
3 years after everyone mysteriously disappeared inside. If that's not a theorist invite, I don't know what is. What happened? Why are we the ones who remain? One click into this game and already there are so many questions circulating around. So, to start our adventure, we receive a note informing us that these missing employees never actually left the building. Alongside a VHS tape that introduces us to the titular character, Poppy
That's
Playtime.
Poppy.
A doll with hair that smells like poppies, weirdly realistic eyes, and the ability to have actual conversations.
Oh yeah. Are these the tapes from the game? How much? Same here.
What you gotta say is a whole lot of red flags right off the bat.
Yeah, that's kind of sus, honestly.
When inanimate objects start talking to you, you start running in the other direction.
Yep.
But I don't know, it's a game. What else am I gonna do? I'm curious, so off to the factory we go. Right
What's your real name?
A giant version of the popular Playtime company mascot, Huggy Wuggy. Huh, those cold dead eyes aren't ominous at all. Sure, nothing bad's gonna come from this guy. Now,
There's
watching
nothing there.
playthroughs of Poppy Playtime, there is one thing that immediately stands out. Everyone high-fives Huggy.
Yep.
High five, buddy!
Hey, high five, man. Let's go. Even me. High five, Huggy. Boom. Apparently, there's just some sort of primal reflex.
I think I did that
monkey
too.
brains. Raised hand equals high five. From there, we unlock the second hand of our grab pack. We get to build one of the toys, and look, it's that Muppet reject.
Yep, there you go. I remember that.
Kill us. Oh no, who could have seen that one coming? I mean, to be fair, it is a legitimately terrifying encounter. Once we manage to escape the nightmare by throwing him down into the factory abyss.
Yeah, I remember doing that to him, bro.
Along with all sorts of warnings about why we shouldn't go through that door. But nah, those people clearly didn't know what they were talking about. We plow our way inside and find Poppy herself resting inside a
in the box.
Without any forethought or concern for our own well-being, we rip open the case because, of course, we do.
What's up, Anna? Welcome back.
Does not exist in these universes.
We're just reacting to some Matt Pat.
Of this giant Sesame Street reject. Let's just make our presence known to the creepy living doll now.
Yeah, I don't know why we did in the first
Poppy's
place.
eyes open and we get the final
What's up, KJ?
You opened my case.
And that's
You
it.
opened
Big
my
old
case.
cliffhanger
Your name
for
is
the next
Derek
installment.
on your dad's
But is it
account?
just
Oh.
me, or did it feel like there was something
cool.
more going on here?
You played this yesterday? Yeah, I was scared too.
This is a modern
When I
indie
played it.
horror game. There's hidden lore all
What's up,
over
Alex?
this thing. For
How you
starters,
doing,
let's
bro?
rewind a bit to take a
Welcome to
closer
the
look at
stream.
Huggy Wuggy himself. We know from the opening placard that the toy was made in 1984 and became Playtime Company's most popular mascot, but how do you go from this to this?
Yeah,
Toys
that's-
just don't come to life.
Yeah.
This Toy Story was right all along.
No, Toy Story is goated. Oh, freaking ad.
They don't. So what is this thing? Well, for obvious reasons,
There being another streamer called Yandre, call me Anna. Is it cool if I call you Anna?
Even more horrifying than we could have ever anticipated.
I'm sorry if
you're
it's not.
Fortunate enough to get killed by Huggy during the chase, you get a randomized death screen with a message that ranges from "It's not your time" to "Don't let them inside." But mixed in there is the chance of you seeing one that reads EXP 1006.
EXP. Oh, Experiment 1006.
That someone is asking us what we think of their experiment.
What's up, Mary?
Monster that just killed us.
Game of
This
Thrones?
isn't the only time that we see Huggy referred to by this name either. Throughout the game, we discover VHS tapes with recordings.
Yeah, I never got any of these VHS tapes. I just skipped them all.
Is simply titled Unknown, and on it we hear this message.
Final log in relation experiment 1006.
That's the prototype, right?
Prototype.
Yep.
Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, though still missing. Today's events are no doubt in relation to him. We must forge onwards in the name of science, whether those who are beneath us understand it or not.
So he's an experiment within the facility that escaped and clearly created an incident within the factory.
Honestly, I don't care. My name is kind of impronounceable. Well, I guess so.
Something like the animatronics and FNAF. Well, in the trailer for the game, we get our first look at Huggy walking.
I already did,
towards
Marie.
us
I literally
with his
completed
head
chapter 1 through
on
3.
screen. These messages
Boxy,
send the
could you do me a
experts
favor and stop
documents
spamming that,
to
please?
go, but before you can read them, most of the text disappears to reveal a new.
No, it's good, Casper. You're not even like 10 minutes late. It's all good.
Stuff, right? Most of the vanishing messages cover pretty standard stuff, mostly about grab
We
packs.
put first. Oh, hold on, wait. I want to read that. What did that say?
Standard stuff, mostly
We put safety first. Use caution if and when your grab pack retracts its hands during maintenance.
about grab packs.
I don't know why I read it
That
like that,
is
but
until we get to the 43-second mark of the trailer, where suddenly we have a giant
Appreciate you,
wall of
Blocks.
darkened rolling text happening behind the main message. Hold the phone. Things that are hidden in the dark. What is this? A 2015 FNAF 4 teaser image? So true to form, I do what I
remember
do
that
best. I
picture.
lower the contrast, I up the brightness, and
By the way, I'm a
voila,
boy just
got
logged
it.
into my sister's account.
Experiment
Troller. Okay.
1006, the prototype. He seems
Yep.
serviceable as
It's
a
9 for me,
example
but-
of the type of vessel which we're
Oh,
trying
there
to
goes
create.
10.
Despite his digestive tract being wired properly, the prototype finds no necessity for sustenance, unlike the others. All other
So, wait.
experiments can only survive while subsisting on much larger portions. Huggy
Wait, hold on. So the prototype doesn't need any food to live off, but all the other ones like Huggy, Mommy Longlegs, and Catnap need to eat something to function. They need sustenance. So why did the prototype take all these bodies if he doesn't need to eat? He took Mommy Longlegs' like top half, and he took Catnap's whole bodies. Why did he take them if he doesn't need to eat? I don't know that. I really don't
as
know.
well as these other experiments, has a
Freddy Fazbear.
digestive
3 empty
system.
messages.
That's not something an animatronic possessed by the soul of a dead child would need.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that
Is that
Huggy
Freddy
is a living,
Fazbear?
organic creature, not just a stuffed toy turned sentient. Although, if we're reading this right, Huggy just kills for fun. He doesn't need to eat, unlike the others. Plus, if we take a
Oh.
look at the scene where you cause the walkway to collapse, Huggy falls into the factory below
Yeah.
with 2 pipes along the way. Notice anything unusual? Here's
Blood.
the before and after shot to make it
Yeah,
easy
blood.
for you. You see, there's blood.
People think that he's using them to make himself better.
He is
Maybe.
definitely organic, a literal living,
Whoa.
breathing monster. But how are they turning toys into organic creatures? For that,
Yeah, how are they doing that?
to the perfect toy herself,
Poppy.
When we're introduced to her in that initial VHS tape, we're told that she's perfect. She has hair that smells like poppies, which, side note, I looked into, and it turns out that poppies don't really have that much of a smell, unless of course you're talking about opium poppies, in which case you're opening up a whole lot of messed up there. In the olden days, opium was used to relax and help you to sleep. No wonder this thing was a hit, especially with the parents, but I'm getting myself sidetracked here. Anyway, the important part of this ad is that a child can have conversations with Poppy and that she can talk back to get answers.
I don't like that, honestly. How does that even work?
The 1950s and
Yeah,
60s.
60s.
Unless, of course, she's not an AI. In the teaser for Poppy Playtime, we see a tutorial on how to look after your Poppy doll. Near the end of the video, the voice box gets pulled out and we see that it's dripping with blood. Again, leading me to believe that these toys are actually all organic. But with Poppy, we can actually go one step further and figure out how she's been made organic. You see, the
After, can you try to break Poppy Playtime? Sure, I don't know how to, Marie, but I'll try.
The final chase. Wait. Oh my gosh, is that it?
Is what it?
No way! Oh my gosh, that was it!
Well done.
Wow!
I don't know how to, Marie, but I'll try.
Want me to do this, but I don't care. Because I found the lore. Oh no! If you manage to find it before getting locked out, the tape shows you an interview with a prospective employee, Stella Graber. She's
Stella Graber.
obsessed with living forever, wanting to be more like a child and longing to bring joy to children like her.
What,
toys did for
KJ?
her.
Your body just gets older.
Body just gets older and older, and then you die. Human bodies just can't stay young forever.
This tape feels really random in the grand scheme of things. Like, why would we be shown this? Well, it starts to make much more sense in the context of living organic toys. Based on the
Imagine that,
book,
you see somebody
Stella
killed
would be
and 10
perfect
seconds
candidate
later,
for some
he's just there.
experiments that Playtime were running.
Yeah,
I
you're
believe
screwed, you're
that
cooked.
They used employees,
You think they? I think they used the when they did the Hour of Joy, they didn't eat all of the bodies, and they like used their body parts to make the toys.
But look at Poppy's eyes in the video. Tell me that those aren't human. You don't just add capillaries to your cute little doll's eyes. This
Member
would
shoots at me
also
from a hill,
align
and
with
then
the whole
what?
bleeding thing. Organic bodies made of flesh and organs that can
Yeah.
bleed. It's also worth mentioning that the voice actor for Stella is the same as the voice actor for Poppy.
Oh.
This may just be because of limited voice actors,
True.
but it also feels like an interesting detail to call out. If I'm right about Stella and Poppy being one and the same, I think it gives us a pretty good idea of what her part is in the wider story. The general consensus online is that Poppy is going to be the big bad. I mean, the game's got her name on it after all, but
true.
for me, I'm not so sure. I don't believe that Stella
You-
would be
you're
mad
cooked,
about being
Casper.
turned into a toy. I think that, honestly, she'd be delighted. She would not be delighted, however, in being locked away in a sealed glass case. Listen to that final line again when we open the glass case at the end of chapter 1.
What are you on about, KJ? Oh my god, bro.
Make it easy.
Right as we get into the good stuff, Reese's pops up.
Reese's. Then write down, eat them. And then you're kind of done for the day.
Wow.
Metagenics gets
Oh my
to
god, bro. I don't
whole
care about
body health
Metagenics.
with pure potent
Yeah, I don't got
ingredients
YouTube
sourced
Premium,
from
guys.
nature.
I'm broke. I hate candy.
My case.
You opened my
Sounds
case.
like a confused but thankful response. By being locked away, she hasn't been able to go out into the world and bring joy to children. It's not much of an existence living inside a tiny box. Believe me, I know, doing this many videos every week, I've become very used to the confined space of my recording closet. Us
I have
getting
no
on
idea what that
later,
is.
I think that's gonna be the rescue.
I know it's
mission
just in the
that
ad,
we're
but I
waiting
don't know what it
for.
is.
Some of the death messages also lead me to believe that Poppy isn't trying to kill us. Look again at these screens. I need you alive. It's too early to die. Death isn't permanent. Who is talking to us in these screens? Well, I think it's
You think it's the
She's
prototype?
the only other character that we've been introduced to so far, so if it's not her, it kinda has
It might
to
be
someone
Poppy,
else
I
that
don't
we
know.
haven't really met yet. She's calling out to us. She needs us, and it's not just for her sake either. Another death screen reads, "More lives are at risk than just yours." Whoever this person is, they're hoping that we can help all of the vanished employees. And it doesn't end there. There's
Whoa.
one final death screen to call out. This one, which looks like somebody had their keyboard repeatedly, but it actually appears
It has
to be
been
so
it's been multiple
character,
years since
or at
chapter
least
1.
approximately
To eat some of
close
the
to
bodies to
similar
stay alive,
characters.
yeah.
For those of you who don't know know, Cyrillic is
That's what I think they
used
did.
for Slavic languages. Places like Russia, Bulgaria, the Ukraine. You know, the countries that give new meaning to the word cold. Who knows, maybe the languages all look this way with the extra accents and swoops because people trying to write them are shivering all the time. Anyway, for it being Cyrillic, it actually looks to be a simple substitution cipher, with different characters representing different characters from the Latin alphabet that we're more familiar with. Notice these two in a row right here? Probably EE or OO. Using that as our base and trying lots of different combinations, we can't come to a definitive conclusion. There just isn't enough letters here, but stay, they
What are you
need
on
help
about, KJ?
certainly fits the pattern that we're seeing in the letters, which again hints at the fact that these
Stay,
are
they need
people,
help.
ex-employees trapped inside the bodies of the monsters looking to escape. All of this points to Poppy becoming our companion. Maybe she'll help us solve puzzles by getting into spaces that we can't, or she'll be able to distract the monsters while we progress, or she'll just be our guide through the factory
That was
maze.
completely wrong.
GLaDOS the potato for
Completely
one.
wrong.
In some small
Literally
way, I
betrayed
think
us.
She's gonna be helping us both save herself and all the others. So if Poppy's our helper, then who's our big bad? Well, remember the trailer? While discussing Huggy, it mentioned others. So did the VHS tape. We know that Huggy is experiment 1006, which, if this scientist has any respect for logical
prototype.
procedure, would imply that he's actually the 6th experiment they've created. Sure, they call him the prototype, but he's gained that name because, as the trailer said, he seems serviceable as the prime example of the type of vessel that we're trying to create. So they thought they'd got the experiment right that time, but clearly there were others before him, all with cognitive ability, but these ones are
He is bad, cool
hungrier,
K guy.
be more bloodthirsty.
Welcome to the
Gotta
stream.
admit, he was already pretty bad. So then who or what came before? Well,
A
during the
prototype.
game, we're actually made aware of
I don't know,
5
actually.
other toys that Playtime creates: Candy Cat, Boogie Bot, Brawn, Cat,
See ya,
and
bro.
a pink version of Huggy, which we'll call Ms. Huggy. If Huggy was experiment 1006 with 5 other toys available, I think it's likely that they're gonna be the monsters that show up in future chapters. But kicking us off in chapter 2, I believe, will be Cat B. Why? Well, because as much as there are references to all the other toys throughout the factory, Cat B's the one that has an active part in this chapter of the story. After getting the storeroom tape, we see a conveyor belt, which is covered in Cat B parts. Once we crawl through the vents, we end up at an assembly line, where we then proceed to activate and create a Cat B toy. The others have all been
Below
background
B
characters
is-
to the chapter, but we actively create Cat B, which seems like a metaphor for the
It's
humans
below B
creating
is.
monsters, and that points
I'm
in
not
the
reading that
direction
aloud,
of Cat
KJ.
B being our
No
next
offense.
big bad. But all of it leaves me with one final question. Clearly, Poppy put Playtime on the map in the 1960s, based on the vintage style of the Poppy ad and the fact that the ad is actually in color, which is something that wasn't available until the 1960s. Huggy Wuggy was invented in 1984, after Poppy. So if Poppy was a human experiment and she was perfect, then why are Huggy and all the other experiments then monsters? Well, my theory is that Poppy was a human experiment done back in the 1960s and was a roaring success, but the secret to how it was done was kept under wraps. And as dolls came out
far
of
am I?
fashion, the company had to
15 minutes, almost done with it.
creating new colorful toys like Candy Cat and Huggy Wuggy. We can see, based on the toy packaging, that this went on for some time. Huggy's packaging is very similar to those of the 1980s.
Yep.
Boogie Bot and Candy Cat look much more like toys from the early 2000s. Clearly, the company was able to survive for a long time, but it wasn't enough to keep the company afloat. And so someone in the factory decided to pursue new innovations to bring Playtime Co. back to its former glory. Innovation is
key.
After all, as we see in one of the death screens.
Yep.
Without any knowledge of how they managed to successfully create Poppy, the scientists get to work trying to recreate the magic. Toys that would come to life, acting like pets for children, bring them joy.
Yeah.
Once again, they
The wrench means
succeed in
they're a
creating something
moderator.
Organic, but they miss the one
Play
human
guards in the
element
band,
that
I
made
changed
the
my
original
mind.
Poppy
What do you mean you
experiment
changed your mind?
successful. Willingness. Stella was the perfect subject. She seemed like she'd be over the moon with living forever as a child. However, our scientist may not have known about Stella and what made her, and therefore Poppy, special. I bet you that characters like the disgruntled storeroom worker Rich that we meet in the tapes are people that have been turned
I used
into
to
these
rule the
monstrous
world.
toys.
Chunks
He
should
doesn't seem all
load
that
when I
pleased
gave
with the
the
company
word.
making his life difficult. And we know that although they may have a clean, sparkly outward image, Playtime don't tend to treat their employees very well. Wouldn't be too hard to believe that they saw the tape of Rich complaining and decided he needed to be disciplined in a very special way. Rich doesn't have that childlike wonder of Stella or that natural love of toys, and so when he gets made into one, he becomes a monster. The
Yep.
experiment backfires and starts killing the employees. The scientist locked himself away in the same room that we found Poppy.
How much subs do you have? Minus frozen? 574.
To protect and study her until, of course, we come along and set her free. There you have it, friends. My predictions for Poppy Playtime. Was I right? Was I wrong? I guess we're just gonna have to.
Most definitely
But
wrong, Matt
hey,
Pat.
That's just a theory. A game
Yep.
theory. Thanks for watching.
What's up, Melody? Welcome back. Okay, so it was kind of right, but also kind of wrong. But yeah, on to episode 2.
I just wanted to
Oh
slice,
my
but had to
goodness,
spend
man.
more for
Oh,
free delivery.
At AT&T, you don't need to spend more to get our best smartphone deals. Guaranteed, even on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus.
That's a good deal.
I don't know what that is, Marie.
File with a TurboTax expert for 100% accurate taxes, guaranteed.
Whoa.
Last October, Poppy Playtime came onto the indie horror
Already
scene
finished the
took
box?
YouTube by storm. Felt like everybody was playing it, theorizing about it, high-fiving it. High five, Huggy. Boom!
High five. High five, buddy.
High five, buddy! High five? Let's go. High five. I missed.
Nobody likes that. Yeah, no one likes that.
The
Tell me.
Chapter 2 dropped a couple weeks ago. You blew up my Twitter asking for a theory. So for the last month, I've been digging through the trailer, the merch drops, the secret leaked closed-circuit television footage, all to come up with the answers. And regardless of whether I'm right or wrong about Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, one thing we know for sure, we're gonna be dealing with some serious big lady energy.
Oh, you big. Oh, you big lady.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that may not be able
I
to
see
give
a
you a grab
box.
pack, but will still let you high-five that subscribe button.
Yep.
And welcome back, friends, to Poppy Playtime, the one game to finally understand how terrifying old toys really are. Didn't really need a creepy indie horror game to tell me that all those American Girl dolls secretly come to life at night. Kirsten's unblinking eyes just pierce into my soul. Duh, it's too realistic. Hard pass. Last time we explored the old abandoned toy factory of Playtime Co., we walked away with 2 major predictions about where this franchise is headed. First, we concluded that some of the former employees were experimented on in order to create living toys. And not just experimented
I think that's
on,
right. I think the
their
part's right.
Flesh and organs were actively used as the materials to create parts of the toys. Some were willing participants in this, namely Stella Graber, who I believe is now the creepy living doll Poppy Playtime. Others were less enthusiastic about the process, and as a result, the ensuing toy was just a wee bit less friendly. My second major prediction was that our game's title character, Poppy Playtime, wasn't actually the villain of the story. Unlike every other horror game in existence, where the title character is always out to rip the flesh from your bones. Instead, here in Poppy Playtime, Stella's human desire to make children happy and live forever meant that, now reborn as a toy, she just wanted to escape the factory to fulfill those dreams. Because of this, I guess that she would serve as our guide throughout the facility as we try to solve the mystery of the factory's missing employees. And hey, if you listen to the Chapter 2 trailer, it seems like we weren't that far off.
Terrible things have happened. Where do I even begin? You're in grave danger. She's watching your every move, so you better be careful. Mommy doesn't like guests.
That's Poppy's voice, definitely warning us of what's ahead, so I'm gonna personally consider this one a win! Look, I just gotta take what wins I can, okay? They're few and far between. So now that we've proven ourselves to be very clearly dialed into the storyline for Poppy Playtime, what do we think's coming down the pipeline for Chapter 2?
I guess she's kind of right that she betrayed us at the end of the chapter.
But to understand how, we're gonna have to look a bit closer. Since she was the big reveal of the trailer, I think it's fair to start there. First and most importantly, yes, her name is officially Mommy Longlegs. I'm not even making that up to ride whatever weird trend gaming's having right now with large deadly women. This official name was actually revealed in, and I can't believe I'm gonna have to say
Why
this,
can't she,
but it was
Clody?
revealed in the NFTs that this game released. Feel dirty just saying it. Here's the thing, Mob Games, creators of Poppy Playtime, yeah, they made these things and they hid lore behind them, which is totally not cool. The only reason I'm comfortable talking about these things is because the fan backlash was so strong against it and they sold so poorly. Seriously, they made like 30,000 of these things and they only sold like 600.
Wow.
Mob Games learned their lesson and they've gone on record saying that they are not going to do NFTs again. So we're watching you. I'm gonna hold you to that. Anyway, in a completely awesome move, the channel Terrico bought one of each so that no one else had to and shared them all on his channel so everyone could see what they were missing. And it did give us important lore information. On the front of each card was a Playtime company toy, and on the back was a corresponding date, which allows us to form a complete timeline of the toy's releases by Playtime Co. Poppy Playtime was the first, released in
1950.
Ron the Dinosaur was
Dinosaur.
next in 1961, followed
Then
by
the cat.
in 1979.
Then
Huggy
Huggy
Wuggy
Wuggy
were
and Kissy
respected in
Missy. And then that dude.
1984, and finally Boogie
Was good,
Bop,
Stay Frosty.
most recent in 1993. This timeline actually reinforces our previous theory, probably the only thing to ever come out of NFTs, where we guessed that Poppy was the first major hit for Playtime Co. because of how eager Stella was to be turned into a toy, but that at some point the company lost the secret to her creation, which is why every toy that follows her becomes a monster. In addition to forming a timeline though, the NFTs also ended with voice lines reading out letters, with the last of the batch giving us a code that we'd need to solve.
Y M N L
Whoa.
M L O M G E N C G.
What do you guys think this says, bro?
S.
Assembling all the
Whoa.
letters and unscrambling them, you get the
Mommy
phrase,
Longlegs?
Mommy Longlegs is coming.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely not a puzzle worth the $90
Oh, you're using your
it
mom's
takes to
phone?
assemble all the NFTs. Again,
Well, they're making her
huge
sound like
shout out
she's
to
the big
Character
bad,
as well as
but
all the
like
other
she's
creators who I
not. She
saw
was
do
pretty
something
easy to beat.
similar with these NFTs and made them available to the public. Okay, so Mommy Longlegs is clearly our next big bad. A giant spider with stretchy legs, but what exactly is her plan? Well, let's think back to Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, we learned that there's been a series of experiments to create these monsters.
Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other experiments.
Mother elongated
Huggy Wuggy
legs.
was the last, experiment 1006, but he was also
That was not.
different. As
That
we saw in the
no,
game's
that's not
first
Huggy.
Trailer, in a split-second lore reveal, Huggy didn't need to
1006. 1006 is the prototype.
digestive tract being wired properly, the prototype finds no necessity for sustenance, unlike the others. All other experiments can only survive while subsisting on much larger portions. And in this new chapter, it looks like we're gonna see these previous 5 versions of Huggy. Here, we see ourselves having to play whack-a-mole against 3 differently colored Huggies trying to crawl out of the pipes. Seeing how many empty pipes are here? Wouldn't surprise me to see 2 more variations crawling out. And just like we heard about
What's up, Catnap?
these guys
What's up, Frankenstein? Welcome back, guys.
considering that all the employees of the
I remember you,
factory went
Catnap.
missing 10 years
I beat
ago.
you.
That is a long time to be waiting for a full meal. Mommy Longlegs is also gonna want some food. When she sees us in the trailer, she says,
A new playmate.
Oh my god, man.
Things are going big.
It's been so long.
She hasn't
Notice the
eaten.
slight head twitch, the change in her voice as she tells us it's been so long. Yeah, she seems unhinged
It
and
is suck.
hungry. She's just hoping that we are quite literally a
Yep,
fly in
she
a
is
web,
Catnap.
just like the chapter's title says. But if these creatures need food and lots of it in order to survive, then how are they all going after a decade without any visitors? Well, for that answer, we actually turn to
the
leaked
hour of
closed-circuit
joy.
TV footage
As
that
do
was
equal
revealed as
noob.
part of a past
Elodie,
Poppy
you're right.
Playtime merch drop. Because let's face it, once you've had yourself a wildly successful 30-minute gameplay demo for your horror concept, it's not about winning over the audience's trust by getting a fully fleshed out, mechanically sound chapter
What?
2 out right away. It's about franchising
What
opportunities.
does that mean,
Fam,
Stay Frosty?
NFTs, merch, plushies. Man, I'm just impressed that they showed enough restraint to work on the actual game long enough before the publication of their first novel trilogy. Anyway, when this merch website went live, it came with 3 different CCTV camera feeds from inside the factory. We can tell that this is a live feed because camera 01's in the main auditorium where we first see Huggy, but
He's
Huggy
gone.
is noticeably missing. So these feeds are clearly leaking after he tried to maul us to death in the vent system.
Oh,
In
it's
the
been
beginning,
long.
These camera feeds were just kind of there, nothing all that exciting. But after 10 days, things started to happen. On camera 01, a broken and bloody cat bee toy appeared in the middle
Below
of the room. The
views.
blood isn't super surprising given the whole people are toys thing that we already talked about. Bloody toys were strewn across the factory in chapter 1. The interesting part is actually what happens next. Another 3 days go by and suddenly the cat bee toy is missing with a trail of blood leading out into the darkness. Around the same time, we see this image of a spaghetti hand coming out of the machinery. These
Maybe
details,
Catnap.
plus the fact that we see Mommy Longlegs drag a Huggy Wuggy doll into the darkness at the start of the chapter 2 trailer, tells me that the larger monsters are feeding off of the other toys. Remember, some, or maybe even all of the toys are made from people. That's why they leave behind pools of blood when they're injured. As such, they can all serve as healthy snacks to keep Mama alive. In fact,
Yep.
we actually see pieces of Brawn and Boogiebot hanging from the webs around the factory. factory, much like flies trapped in a web about to be eaten by the spider. We also see this caterpillar enemy chasing us through a jungle gym setup. Wouldn't be surprised
that
if
dude.
Mommy winds up devouring that thing too, like a spider eating an insect. All of that just tiding her over until she can finally get herself a proper meal, us. But for all the spider imagery, there's one weird detail. Mommy Longlegs only has 4 legs. I mean, even my favorite Pizzaplex spider, Music Man, he had 6. But I think that her 4 legs act as a clue for what's gonna happen to her throughout the chapter. Mommy Longlegs was clearly inspired by the real world.
I'm just a
toy
10-year-old
Betty
kid using his
Spaghetti,
mom's
a toy that
phone.
was huge during the
What?
90s and early 2000s. She too had rubber limbs and hair that you could manipulate, but the key part was that she was customizable. And I don't mean that you could just style her hair. Her body parts and hair were actually removable and swappable. For instance, her ponytail could be swapped out for slinkies or yarn. And of course, you could accessorize to your heart's content. If Mommy is taking these broken toys and eating their organic insides, maybe she's also collecting the fabric and plastic bodies to create more limbs that'll make her stronger, add to her arm count. In fact, in the trailer, there's a small detail that I bet most people overlooked. There are these small little dots on Mommy Longlegs' arms and neck as she crawls towards us. It's not a rendering or modeling issue. That is just like the dots that we see on the Betty Spaghetti dolls. Dots that help with the toy's customization. In short, if you think that Mommy is threatening now, just wait until she puts on the rest of her arms and starts filling out those holes with equipable accessories, like a boogie bot head that's ready to cave your skull in. Other things to point out here from the trailer, obviously the caterpillar, like I mentioned. There also seems to be a flower enemy hidden up in the ceiling. The Huggy we see Mommy grab at the beginning of the trailer isn't the Huggy that chased us from chapter 1. You'll notice there's no blood on the floor and it's small size relative to the size of the floor tiles, so this thing is likely a random Huggy doll that's used for effect. But before we wrap things up here, there's still one more topic that I wanted to focus on today, and it's the character that we actually started this whole theory off with, Poppy. Well, the internet's been distracted with Mommy Longlegs. Poppy is still here, and she's talking to us throughout the entire trailer. And what she's saying, or more importantly, what she's not saying, may actually be pointing us to the main plot of not only this chapter, but the entire game. As I pointed out earlier, Poppy seems to be the game, but just because she's helping us doesn't mean she's actually the good guy. Take a listen to these 2 lines from the trailer.
You are perfect.
Known as a
oh my goodness. Hey, 575. Thank you to just subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Poppy saying we're too perfect to
Appreciate
lose
it.
lines up with what we theorized about last time, that she's the one talking to us throughout the death screens. It's not your time to die, don't die just yet, it's too early to die. All these screens show us that Poppy wants us alive, but her reason for that seems unclear.
Yeah.
Chapter 1,
why does she want us alive still?
Seem to be focused on us saving the missing employees. There's more lives at risk than just yours and all that. But in this new trailer, there's something uneasy about Poppy's tone, something obsessive. It's like she's planning something that we're aware of. We theorized last time that all Poppy wanted was to be free out in the real world to bring joy to children. But what if we were only half right? Just because she wants to bring joy to children doesn't technically mean that she has to leave the factory.
What
if Poppy is trying to bring the factory back to life? At the very beginning of the game, we get a note telling us to come to the factory and find a poppy flower. But after finding the flower, all the literal writing on the wall tells us to not go in. Why would we get a letter from the employees telling us to find the flower only for them to then
you think the prototype mailed us that letter?
Get there? It doesn't make
I have no
sense.
idea what the Garden of Banana is, say Frosty, want to be honest.
From Poppy. Notice those spelling and grammar mistakes? That letter is from her. It was sent to us to lure us in. She wants us in this factory. She needs us in this factory. Listen again to her lines from the trailer.
You are perfect. Too perfect to lose.
She describes us as perfect. In the death screens of chapter 1, she calls Huggy wonderful. He's good, but he's not perfect.
Yeah.
Poppy must therefore be aware that both Huggy Wuggy and Mommy Longlegs are the failed attempts to recreate the magic of her own birth. But someone who came back to the factory despite
which is us.
Someone who came back with a good heart that wanted to help those who were trapped, that is suddenly someone that she can work with. As far as we know, Poppy's the only experiment to truly work. The only toy that managed to not turn into a monster through the toy conversion process. And if she truly wants to spread joy to all the children of the world, it would make sense for her to want to restart those experiments, to turn the factory back on.
What is that? I still don't know what that is.
Toys like herself. But it all needs to start with one pure soul. It needs to start with us. That's why she doesn't want to lose us. Not just because we can free her and remove the obstacles standing in her way, but because in her eyes, we can become the new patient zero. We can be the Ken to her Barbie. My guess is that after surviving chapter after chapter,
it's interesting,
horror headed our way,
but I'm not sure though.
Is gonna turn on us. She's gonna betray us.
He got that spot on. He got
we ultimately lose. But
she did betray us. She did betray us at the very end. She let the train track. She changed the trajectory of the train track and made us crash. But we didn't die. And she explained to us what our joy was later. So I don't know. He kind of got it right, but then also kind of didn't.
You invested your money into your mattress. Literally, you hide it there. But what I've learned over the years is that you actually
already did play chapter 1.
Working for you by investing in smart ways for the long term. Not anything super risky or speculative, but stuff that helps your money grow steadily over time. And public.
This is an ad, bro.
Process easier by updating you about stock performance and exposing you to a community of smart investors who can share their knowledge with you. Public isn't.
Yeah, this is just
a day trader or some risky stock market gambler.
All right. Thank you, MatPat, for that ad. Next one. Oh my god, I hate ads, bro.
Little Caesar slices and sticks with half bacon cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza is the world's greatest combination.
As a PB&J, I find that offensive.
Order online to try slices and sticks with bacon or jalapeno for $7.99.
Pizza.
I love Little Caesars, bro. Oh my god, that's so scary, bro. It's scary, man.
Well, not good, really. Don't say anything. Mommy knows. You thought you could just walk right in here, didn't you? As if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I really did, honestly.
Well,
What do you mean, what a joke? I beat you. I killed you.
And you did that. Try to live knowing that for whatever brief time you're still alive. But hey, that's just a theory, right? A theory. A theory. A theory.
Wow. Top-notch voice acting, honestly. For whatever that was.
The show that's been popular for 11 years but still hasn't landed a movie deal. Don't know why I felt like mentioning it here. On a completely unrelated note, a few weeks ago we finally saw the release of Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, Fly in a Web.
Yeah, I know.
It was longer than a tech demo, so hey, big wins over Part 1. But no, the team wasn't content to stop there. Poppy Playtime's newest chapter went above and beyond, requiring players to master not just one, but 2 different gameplay styles. Roll and Simon Says.
Yep.
Yellow! We're Violet! Every game is required to have a Simon Says segment for some reason. I'm of course being facetious about the whole thing. This new chapter actually offered
it was really good, honestly. I like chapter 3 the most, though.
Chases and an oversized plush toy failing to pull a lever. The animation is so adorable. I could sit here and watch that all day. Oh, and there are also collectible trophies now. Really challenging collectible trophies.
Yeah, I remember those. I got like a couple though, maybe.
Secret trophies or anything that we see up here?
Any secret trophies?
You just missed it right there.
But we all know why we're really here. It's not for the gameplay innovation or the collectibles. It's for the hidden notes and cryptic clues.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves.
We gotta figure it out, bro.
To decipher. And spoiler alert, Poppy isn't who we thought she was. First, here's what you need to know to
she betrayed us.
Theory. Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 focused on us, the player, returning to an abandoned toy factory in order to save some employees that went missing there 10 years ago. We're told via
quote-unquote missing.
We have to find the flower. Several puzzles and one giant Muppet chase later, we find the flower in the form of a giant wall mural of a poppy. Inside
I already played it though, Lodi. It's on my first stream. My first Poppy Playtime stream.
And of course, we set her free.
Oh, I guess y'all didn't. I guess y'all joined chapter 3. It's on my first stream though. My first Poppy Playtime stream, that is.
Activate a train that'll help us get out of the factory. So much for wanting to help save those missing employees. But hey, if a creepy talking doll starts offering me ways to not be around the creepy talking doll, I'm gonna take that off.
Yeah, me too.
Of course, things are never quite that easy. Mommy Longlegs, a giant stretchy toy spider, takes Poppy hostage and forces us to play 3 minigames in her game station in order to unlock each part of the train's code. Eventually, we break out of her games, which causes her to go complete sicko mode and chase us through a narrow escape sequence.
This chasing was pretty cool. I died a couple times, but it was pretty cool. Yep, that's the prototype.
Rescue Poppy, get on the train, but surprise, surprise.
I wonder what the prototype's gonna look like, honestly, bro. That's gonna be so sick.
So those are the highlights from the chapter, but we're still left with a lot of overarching questions. Who are we? Where are these?
Yeah, who are we? We know that now with chapter 3.
And who's secretly pulling the strings behind all of this?
The
Well,
prototype.
I think I have the answers to each and every one of those questions, and the last one is probably the best place to start. As I just talked about, after
Excuse me.
defeating Mommy, we see her remains get dragged away by a mysterious claw. No, not Burn Trap's claw, but also, yeah, kind of Burn Trap's claw. You see, the hand we see pull Mommy away.
Yeah, we never saw the prototype in chapter 1 where Huggy died. He might be alive still, honestly. I think he is still alive. Unless when he fell, it's just that's where the prototype was.
This thing though is dark, mechanical, and could poke your eye out. It's like an erector set on steroids. And that's the goal. If you zoom in and enhance the image of the claw, you can actually make out that there's organic material mixed in there. Bones.
What's up, Navy Plays? Welcome back. How you doing?
So yeah, the comparison to Spring Trap, Burn Trap, call them whatever you want, it isn't that much of a joke. But what is this biomechanic hybrid doing within the context of Poppy? Well, back in chapter 1, we discovered the final VHS tape which cataloged.
What's up, Maddie? How you doing, Maddie? Welcome. Hello.
Nicknamed the prototype.
Final log. In relation. Experiment 1006. The prototype. Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other experiments of his type.
Yeah, the prototype. Maybe the prototype took Huggy to where he can be like in chapter 3 where he comes out of the TV. Maybe. You never know, honestly. No, Huggy Wuggy is not the prototype. No, you're good, Maddie. Don't worry about it. How'd you sleep? Don't worry about it. It's okay. Log code 080502 in retaliation. In relation to experiment 1006. It's just a theory, a game theory, yes sir.
Beyond that of all other test subjects, as well as an alarming willingness to commit violence. Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intent.
Oh my god, bro. As soon as the good part. How about in chapter 4, probably kissing miss going to be mixed with the prototype? Maybe. Maybe. You never know.
Obviously, this outright tells us that Huggy isn't Experiment 1006, and that it's instead the owner of this mysterious.
What did they wake you up
that's
for?
What the prototype is, but what makes it so special? Well, during that same VHS tape, we also hear how the prototype takes apart an alarm clock and uses it to make a laser pointer.
Yep.
In short, it's smart and it's able to repurpose things, which would explain Mommy's concern in this moment.
What have you done? You make me fun of you!
She's gonna be reused and repurposed by the entity in order to help the monster escape.
Mommy kind of confirmed that. Long legs kind of confirmed that.
Or maybe that's what happened to all the other missing employees. Their bodies were added to the machine. It's interesting. In our last theory, we predicted that Mommy Longlegs would be adding the bodies of dead toys to herself in order to become stronger. We were right about the concept, just looks like we were wrong about who it applied
Maybe she would.
to.
What's good, Adair? How you doing, my guy?
From Toy Story 1? Sounds like we might have found one of his creations. So right now it looks like the prototype 1006 is going to be our overarching villain for the franchise.
What would happen if you didn't go back to the factory even though we received the letter? Honestly, don't even know, honestly. I don't think. I don't know, actually.
The prototype yet is Huggy Wuggy. He may not have appeared explicitly in this chapter, but hints of him.
Yeah, maybe there. At like 4 my time. At like 4, I gotta go to early dinner with my tia and tios. So after that, I got you.
Trails of blood. This appears to be the room that Huggy
Maybe she is
fell
catnap.
through at the end of the last chapter, and would seem to imply that Huggy picked himself up and went full-on sus mode by venting away, waiting to return until a future chapter. Which honestly
Maybe.
makes sense.
You never know.
Yet he's basically the mascot of the franchise. Who even cares about Poppy at this point? I mean, me. I do because lore, but I feel like I'm definitely in the minority on that one. Speaking of Poppy, let's talk about her, shall we? I mean, it is her name.
Nice, stay frosty. You're gonna get that fresh cut, bro.
Playtime or Cat B Playtime, you know? Well, mere hours after Chapter 2 came out, the fan community did what the fan community gonna do. They dug into the game files, and by doing so, they discovered an early build.
I'm reacting to the lore, Navy. Bro vented? Yeah, he vented.
The end is where things get real interesting. Normally, you get on the train and pop.
Yeah, I don't like them either, stay frosty, if I'm gonna be honest.
She betrays us and sends us hurtling deeper into the factory for reasons that are kept pretty darn vague.
Well, hope you Hope you, I don't know, hope you feel better.
However, in the cut version of this monologue, we actually get a bit more detail on her motivations.
You have so much potential. I know you.
Yeah, I think they're all dead though, Lodi. I think they're all dead. We literally just seen Mommy get cut in half, Catnap get his mouth stabbed, and Huggy just fell from like 200 feet in the air.
And I am the cause. Being able to exist as a doll, it has killed so many people.
Now, interpreting cut content is always going to be a tricky science. Do you use it? Do you not? How do you use it? Here, I'm only pointing it out because this seems to confirm one of our original theories, that Poppy is the reason all of this is happening. She literally says that because she was able to exist as a doll, people died, which tells us two things. One, that she's been around since the very beginning. She knows about the experimentation that's being done on humans. She's witnessed it all.
Like Chica, yep.
Yes, FNAF, we hear you. You're very special. You did it first. Secondly, though, it seems to tell us that Poppy isn't who we originally thought. Loyal theorists will remember that last time we predicted that former employee Stella Graber was the person whose body and spirit were used to build Poppy. In Chapter 1, we found a VHS tape talking about her desire to stay young and her love of children.
Yep,
all but
I remember
seemed
that.
to scream, "Make me into an undying doll monster." However, after the clues seeded out in this chapter, we know for a fact that she's no longer a candidate. When we first enter the game station, we're greeted by Stella's voice.
Hi, kids. Welcome to the game station.
That was Stella?
I'm Stella, and we've got 3
Oh, that is Stella.
games to play.
Her name also appears on the bottom of a document outlining how to test children using the various game station modules. Quote, give all reports to Ms. Stella Graber to sort through. So Stella was clearly involved with whatever experimentation was going on in Playtime Co. And since these experiments were started because the living doll Poppy existed in the first place, Stella can't be Poppy. In that same document, we also see references to Mommy Longlegs. Now, if you look closely at the Mommy Longlegs commercial that plays at the top of the chapter, you can see that it's dated 1991. Poppy was meant to be the first living toy developed back in 1950. Therefore, if Stella was alive around the time of Mommy Longlegs, then she couldn't possibly be inside Poppy. So if Poppy isn't Stella, then who is she? Well, early in Chapter 2, we visit Elliot Ludwig's office, founder of Playtime Co. It's here that we learn that he experienced a tragic family loss sometime in the 1960s.
Yeah, I feel like that's when it happened. Stay frosty.
Family death had pushed Ludwig down to his lowest.
This loss is what spurred him to work harder and build an empire around his toys. Now, it's not actually clear who this family member was. You would suspect his kid, right? Kid dies or is dying and he finds a way to make her into a living toy.
Yeah, Poppy's definitely part of the prototype. Maybe Ollie too.
Go and do something else with your life.
I think Ollie's the prototype, honestly.
Trying to butt into other people's narratives, okay? Other people's very similar narratives.
Oh my god. I think it is Ollie. We've not seen Ollie. We never heard of him before. He just started to call us randomly. It's kind of suspicious, honestly, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
His daughter, but there's a wrinkle to that, and it's not coming from the game, but rather the game's website. You see, we know via a newspaper article hidden on the About section of Playtime Company's merch website that Elliot's wife divorced him in 1930. This means that if a child came from that
That's what I'm thinking. Stay frosty.
son or daughter would have been in their 20s or 30s when Poppy was created. It seems
I hate S2, Tommy. What's up, Bryant Padilla? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
It was an adopted daughter. In Chapter 1, we see a lot of posters hanging on the walls talking about Playtime.
That's what I'm saying. Stay frosty.
What if that program was initially started because Elliot had an adopted child himself, and he wanted to bring that joy to other families, thereby modeling it in those Playtime Company values?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Elodie. You can just mimic Ollie's voice.
Has to find a way to put her back together. So his
What if Ollie was trying to help us kill defeat Catnap, so the prototype could have a good reason to use Catnap's body to be a part of him, because the prototype was actually kind of scared of Catnap and he couldn't kill him on his own. So he had to have our help. I don't know. It's kind of a dumb theory, I guess. I don't know.
Adopted child dies tragically, and he tries something to revive her, probably by fusing her with Poppy, and it works. Something he does works.
Yeah, we are.
She's
Stay
the doll,
frosty.
but he's not exactly sure what he did. Might I suggest trying Remnant or Agony? Sorry.
We're cooking, bro.
Anyway, we know that he's unsure based
How you
on a
doing,
note that we
Bryant?
find in Elliot's office in chapter 2. This note talks about experiment 814, in which they tried
Yo,
to
what's good, Five Nights at Freddy's enthusiast? Welcome back, bro.
My suspicion is that this is because he was somehow able to revive his daughter inside of Poppy, a doll who we're told has the essence of poppy flower built into her hair. This is also why we find Poppy hidden in a glass case. It's so his daughter can be preserved, protected,
What's wrong,
and
Bryant?
studied. It's because he saw it was possible, and then he went on to repeat it, which is why he's so happy about his wonderful experiment 1006, the prototype. After nearly 200 additional experiments post poppy flowers and rats, this is where he finally cracks the code. He's brought
Bryant?
things to life, but the prototype is
Yeah, we got
too small.
lower.
It escapes and doesn't obey orders, sending the factory into chaos.
Mhm.
This is why we hear that Huggy Wuggy is actually
What's up, Bryant? How you doing, my guy?
He's smart, but he's also
I've been pretty good, Bryant. How about you? How you been?
Zero. Huggy Wuggy remains the optimal outcome.
Hold on, let me read this. I think in the third chapter, Ollie is the prototype and was leading the player to kill Catnap and the others so he could be stronger, so the prototype could try to defeat the player in chapter 4. Kind of what I said too, so like, yeah, what you kind of think? A mouse tried to be Spider-Man. Poppy looked like she's on the Zov. Really, she does. I've been pretty good. I've been amazing. I'm at the fourth for less, so I got some really good candy and I got some chips to go. Nice. What's up, Ali? What do you mean, wait? I'm Spooder, man. Wait, what?
And that, my friends, is the story of how everything started.
What if Ollie's not helping us? I don't know. What's up, Fusion 2X Bention? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, Ollie. I remember you, Ollie. Of course I do. I remember everyone. What's up, Jana J? How you doing, Jana? Welcome to the stream. What, Brian? How's everyone doing? Hi, Jana. Messi or Ronaldo? Okay. I'm not biased. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really watch soccer that much, but like, I think Messi's a better team player. Ronaldo's a better like standalone player. But I'm gonna go Ronaldo. Honestly, I think Ronaldo. That did sound stupid. What's up, Jana? Jana J. How you guys doing, bro?
Is it someone important, or is it just a random collection of people? And probably the biggest question of all, who are we in relation to all of this? I suspect that I may have figured out our character's name and possible role in the company.
Yes, sir, Ronaldo. Hey, do you know you can be Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 in 9 minutes? No, you can't. There's no way. There's literally no way. I took like 6 hours. I don't know how long it took.
Coverage when it comes out here in a week or two. And until then, remember, it's all
just a theory.
A game theory.
What, Bryant? I'm sorry. Alright, that was a pretty insightful episode. Apparently I already watched this, but I don't remember anything. What, Bryant? Doing good? You doing fine? That's good to hear. Clone Reggie. What? What's up, Bryant? Hey, 20 people up in here, bro. Let's get it, man. How's everyone doing? It's been so long. You play Gorilla Tag? I do not, Navy. Sadly, I don't. Should I? Because, like, apparently it's really popular and everyone asked me. I should probably play Gorilla Tag because, like, it might be popular. Who is this talking, bro? Is this the prototype? You meet Poppy Play on Chapter 3 with bugs. I didn't. Really? Whoa. Whoa. That's creepy. Hey, thank you to whoever just subscribed for 576. Oh, it went down, but thank you. What's up? That's crazy. How you doing? That's crazy. In my eyes, clones equals FBI and IRS.
Coverage of Poppy Playtime. Probably should rename the game Poppy List.
Who knows? Maybe my next stream will be Gorilla Tag. Aryan Takis? Yeah, I have.
And of those 5 minutes, like none of it's actually been playing.
What's this? I'm learning the Poppy Playtime lore by just watching MatPat.
across
I'm basically just reacting.
Last episode, we broke down 2 of the biggest mysteries people were asking about this latest installment. The first was figuring out the real identity of our little doll here. In my very first theory for the game, we concluded that Poppy was created using the soul and body parts of Stella Graber, an employee of Playtime Co. However, this chapter revealed that Stella was still very much alive when Mommy Longlegs was introduced back in the 1990s. Considering that Poppy was invented in the 1950s, timeline didn't really work out.
Hey, 577. Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'm just reacting. I'm not even doing anything. Hey. Hold on, let me see if Poppy up on the stream.
According to evidence in the game, he managed to revive her inside the Poppy doll, but was
Play
unsure
Roblox?
of how
Yep.
he did it. This led to thousands of experiments where he tried to harness
Thank
the
you.
power
That's
of Poppy
that's
flowers
crazy.
to bring
Appreciate
toys
it.
to life. Experiment 1006
I actually used to play Roblox with viewers. I used to do that for streams a while ago. I should probably start doing that again because I had fun. I had fun.
The other half of that previous theory, as we looked into the big pointy-clawed beast. It's an experiment that we're told is smarter and more dangerous than any other experiment in the factory. Considering we've been up against this,
What's going on? Literally nothing much. We're just reacting to MatPat's Poppy Playtime video so I can catch up on the lore. Next weekend I won't be on your lives because I'm not with my dad. All right, Tommy. Thank you for watching these ones at least. I really appreciate you being here. So chaos. You know TMF? I don't. I actually have no idea what that means. I don't know what that means. Bro, 25 people in here, bro. I'm just reacting to MatPat watching. I'm just watching MatPat, bro. That's crazy. You know a Dark Deception game? There's 4 chapters and chapter 5 is coming out next year. I've heard of Dark Deception. I never played it though. I always watch Corey X Kenshin play it.
Spoiler alert, I think that we might be the true villain of this whole narrative. Let's start with
no. No way.
was being used to help create the sentient toys that are now chasing us around the factory. I mean, look at all the blood in this place.
Yeah, that's a lot of blood. Play it.
Plus, as Huggy Wuggy
I had to
falls
get it
into the abyss
first.
At the end of chapter 1, he leaves blood splatter on all the pipes that he hits on his way down. Combine that with our theory that Stella was inside a Poppy, and boom, you got yourself a recipe for the most gruesome company health plan ever. However, chapter 2 seems to be pulling us in a different direction.
Maybe.
Once you defeat Mommy Longlegs and get back
Should do this again with FNAF lore? I should honestly. Yo, you subscribers glitching? What do you mean?
Complaining about the lack of natural light
No?
in the lab, which let me tell you, as someone who literally locks himself in a closet to work on episodes,
What do you mean?
that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
The second note that I want us to pay attention to. It starts
Favorite
off
Poppy
harmless
Playtime
enough,
character?
just a list of
Huggy
instructions for
Wuggy.
employees working on the game station floor. Quote, start by
Jason
reporting
Cooper
to the
equals
control
Coats.
station. Always keep a minimum distance of 20
I have no idea
yards
what those
away
are.
from Mommy Longlegs. The train will arrive with the
Oh,
children at
from
8
Dark
a.m.
Deception, I
All
think.
children will be gathered inside the game station all at once. The order of the games will be musical memory, whack-a-wuggy, then statues. A series of bridges and
Be going up and down? No, it's because people be subscribing and unsubscribing.
it's all pretty straightforward
FNAF has no timeline? Yeah.
section
Watch FNAF. I watch MatPat's FNAF videos. There's so many, bro. That's gonna be my longest stream yet, probably, if I do that.
Equipment to keep them entertained. Record each child's performance as it's relevant to each game. Music memory, composure, memory,
Same?
pattern recognition.
Nice.
Whack-a-wuggy, hand-eye coordination and reaction times. Statues, agility, strength, and speed. Once the children have left for the day, return to the control
Yeah,
station.
MatPat is
All
retiring though,
reports can be
so
Stella Graber to sort
I'm just
through
watching
and
some of the stuff,
children
kind of like
are
to
just
commemorate him and what he's
games.
done,
These
but also
games
just to
were
catch up on the game I
specifically
just
designed to
finished.
test children and monitor their skills.
There's
And
over
that's not all. When you
99?
break out of the statues game, you can actually find 2 of these reports hidden inside the room for a child named Michaela Hyssop. Each
Michaela Hyssop.
explains how Michaela performed in each task. Quote, she has a good grasp on the concept and decent performance, but Michaela made mistakes on several.
So they made the kids go through tests to see if they would be good toys?
Madam Web is unique.
Oh my god, bro.
Any other superhero story you've seen before.
Save it, Bob.
Again, Michaela is very accurate and fast. Few mistakes were made. You can actually see this improvement reflected in her scores, going from 331 to 434. However, notice what's written right at the top of the page. Underneath the child's name, the name of the proctor is another category.
Signed toy. Candy
Michaela,
Cat.
this was Candy Cat.
Yawns.
Why would you need to assign a specific toy to each individual child? Unless, of course, you needed that child to have some kind of deep connection with the toy for some kind kind of supernatural purpose, like say turning the child into that
That
boy.
sucks so much.
Certainly sounds like something
Who's
that
playing
happened
the
in a
best
video
and
or
who's
game.
who's
How
the
about this? Right at
who's
the
the
start of the
beast
chapter, we
NBA
find this
playing?
note in Elliot Ludwig's office that talks
Who's the
about
best in
his
the NBA?
experiments with dead rats and using the
A
poppy
Gilbert
flower
or
to try and
something
revive
turned
them.
into
According to the
catnap?
document, it doesn't work. We talked about all that last episode.
Chapter 2
However,
character?
something we didn't mention last episode
Mommy
is that
Longlegs?
at the end of the note, Elliot leaves us with
Yeah,
this
I know he's
parting
leaving you
thought.
too.
Quote, perhaps something
I'm sad.
larger than a rat would yield different results. And suddenly it
What?
all begins to fit together. The testing of the kids, assigning them a toy, it's not
Yeah.
for their own betterment, it's in order to provide larger subjects for Elliot's experiments.
Yeah.
He isn't stuffing his employees into toys to bring them to life, he's using children.
Mhm.
Oh, come on, just when I thought we would get through an episode without a FNAF reference. But that's not all, because Poppy Playtime saw FNAF's dead kids and said, hold my remnants. Because if stuffing kids wasn't bad enough, these aren't just any children, they're orphans.
I didn't
Star
cry,
statues,
but
before
I
we
was really
even see
sad.
any of these child testing papers, Mommy gives us a little monologue about why she's trying to kill us.
It was always so sad to see the kids grow. They called me Mommy because I was the closest thing they ever had to one. But they come for games and never come back.
They called me Mommy because I was the closest
Yeah.
thing they ever had to one. All right, let me level with you. First off, I think they called you Mommy because, you know, that's literally the name of your toy. We see the commercial.
Thank
at
you,
the very
Ali. I
beginning of the
appreciate it.
chapter. You've also spent
Thank
the
you.
entire game talking about yourself in the third person, so none of this should be a shock to you. But you know what? She's also probably right. If this Dayglow pink stretch spider is the closest thing the kids have to a mom, then yeah, chances are they're growing up parentless. This also directly aligns with the posters that we see throughout the factory. Posters that explicitly talk about Playtime Co.'s adoption program for orphans. In Chapter 2, it says, quote, Playtime Co. harbors a state-of-the-art education program for all orphan children. These children being tested are orphans. That's why, despite there being
No,
literally
Bryant, but I
hundreds
have
of
heard of it.
experiments, notice that the experiment numbers go from the 800s all the way to the thousands. No missing children's reports are ever filed. I mean, heck, even Freddy's had to close after 5. This also applies
Hey,
to
578 subscribers. I appreciate it.
Nobody is here by choice.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
these
subscribing.
kids
That means a
chose
lot.
to be
Thank you.
here, to be adopted by the company or turned into toys. And I'm sure at this point they're all well aware of the fates that
Yeah,
are
it
working
exists.
together, as we see in another
Yeah,
test.
Spinster, you get
So
me,
I
bro.
still stand by our first theory on this one. I'm convinced that these death screens are Poppy talking to us. At the end of the chapter, she says that she has plans for us and prevents us from escaping on the train. This perfectly lines up with death screens like you can die later. This isn't about you, and I still have plans for you. However, chapter 2 introduces a new mechanic into the death screens. You see, well, those that I've already mentioned
Then I
all
know
end with
none of
flesh
y'all.
and white,
Then
there are
I know
others
none
that
of y'all
end with
know
an
what
ominous red
BFDI
screen.
is.
One of those
Then
red
I have no idea
screens
that is.
even in a secret code like the one that we had in
I don't have
chapter
dark
1.
deception,
I guess
Ali.
This is just a thing that they do now. Last
Mommy
time
long
inside
legs
the code gave
catnap.
us the phrase stay, they need
More
help.
lore.
Unfortunately, the new one in chapter 2 uses a few of the same
Yep.
letters. In fact, the first word in this new code is exactly the same as one from the other code, they, followed by an apostrophe and 2 more letters, the second of which is also an E, so this is very clearly there. The next 2 words get a little trickier as they contain letters that we haven't seen before, but after a bit of analysis and trial and error, I managed to decipher the whole thing to read, they're just hungry. This, on its own, doesn't really tell us anything new, but when you start to combine it with the other red screen messages, it starts to...
Yeah, I'd just rather watch Mad Pat though. I like Mad Pat. Hey, 579. Thank you to subscribe as well. Hey, bro, 21 away from 600.
This is no longer Poppy talking to us.
We're
She's
close, boys.
horrified by the creation of these monsters using human test subjects. She doesn't like what's going on in the factory. No, these are the messages of someone else. Someone so obsessed with overcoming death that they can't see past the issue with their own experiments. They're just hungry.
Sprinkling
That
pasta
feels
sauce
like
on my
an
dead
excuse of one of
body?
those parents
What?
that believes that their child can't do any wrong. Except, you know, they're talking about a giant human-consuming erector set monster. These
Yep.
messages must be coming from either Elliot
They're just
himself,
hungry. They're
and
just
the fact
hungry. They're
that
just
his
hungry.
daughter put his heart and soul into creating his toy empire, or one of the employees who believed in the cause so much that they were willing
What would happen if
to
he goes
sacrifice
straight?
parentless
What would happen if
children
he
to
goes
find
straight
a
instead of
solution?
writing
But
Poppy
why
Playtime
us?
with
Why
chapter
do
2 with the
hear
train?
so
We
many
probably
people
would have left,
talking in our
honestly.
ears when
We were going the
die?
way
In
out,
fact,
but
why do
Poppy
we feel so compelled to
just
return to
made
the
us
factory
crash.
in the first place? I know, we
Hey,
got ourselves a note
580,
saying that
20
this
more to
is the
600, bro.
worst thing,
580.
but
Thank you to
just
just
not
subscribe. I
minimum
appreciate
wage
it.
employee is gonna risk their lives in a factory where people
If you do make it to
mysteriously
600
went missing 10
subscribers,
years
then you have to
ago.
play
And with
Rune
the
DLC.
giant
Alright, I
body
got you,
suddenly
Catnap.
missing
For
from
my
the
600 sub
first
stream, I'll play
chapter,
Rune
yeah,
DLC.
most people are gonna nope straight out of there. Yet here we are facing monster after monster, fighting for our lives, determined to see this thing through. Why? I've actually been thinking about this since chapter 1, but at the time I just didn't have enough to give a definitive answer.
I've been
Then
lurking
here
a
we
while.
are in
What's up,
chapter
Envy?
2, and Mommy says this.
But you...
I don't know if that's something I should be concerned with.
made with huge fruit flavor.
Who's the chameleon?
The most powerful shape-shifting sorceress. Nothing like anyone you've ever
What's up,
faced.
Envy? You doing good, bro? Kung Fu Panda? Goated movie?
Here. So if anyone deserves to die alone,
What's up, Casper?
it's you.
How does she know that we worked here unless she recognizes us? We know, thanks to tapes from people like Marcus Brickley, that most employees weren't aware that the factory was creating these giant living toys.
I took a peek beneath the gate. And some
E 581, 19 away, bro. No way. You're good? That's good to hear. I'm doing amazing. Hey, I just wanted to say hey. What's up, Isabella? I'm calling that. I can't say her last name. How you doing, Isabella? Oh, Jacksepticeye. I just noticed.
Plus, in front of the emergency exit that you find after falling.
That's good. You're doing good, Envy. Welcome to the streams. Let's go. When you hit centered, I will play it on Nintendo because why not? Nice.
And those with authority at Playtime. So, for Mommy to recognize us as an employee, we need to be someone with the authority to be involved in the experimentation. She's shown to be aware of the scientists throughout the factory thanks to a note that we find in the water treatment area. This note discusses experiment 1222, aka Mommy Longlegs. And in this note, we learn that she's being hostile to scientists working there. The note ends with, quote, have her
hey, do you know an app named Castle Make and Play? So did you know that we can make our cool games just like Poppy Playtime FNAF? I didn't know that. Have you seen the FNAF movie? Yeah, some with my friends and it's so good. Who's your favorite character from chapter 3? Catnap. It's okay, you can say it's okay, you can say my last name. I don't know what to say though. Rosen Kajir Johansson? I'm sorry. Too many twos?
If Mommy was being conditioned by these people, it would make sense that she feels like we deserve to die alone. I'm not sure I'd be too happy to see my torturer alive again either. So if we're not just some employee at the factory, are we a scientist then? One of the many people working on the experiments? No. And we know this based on this room. Just after you chase Mommy,
yeah, I remember that room. They had like names all over the top when you go to the slides.
This room actually has a number of slides in it, each one with the name of a high-ranking member of Playtime Co. listed above. We just came out of the slide with the name Elliot
We
Ludwig
are Lord.
who we already know is the creator, founder, and CEO. The other slides have the names Leith Pierre, Eddie MNR, and Stella Graber. We were first introduced to Leith Pierre right at the very beginning of chapter 1.
That was Leith? Oh yeah.
And I'm the head of innovation here at the Playtime Co. Toy Factory.
We also hear Leith's voice as the person.
I'm from Denmark, so yeah, it's hard to say my last name. Oh, you're from Denmark? That's cool, bro. That's the first. Welcome, Isabella. That's cool. Thank you, Catnap. I appreciate it.
So I'm running through the lobby, and that's when I see it. A map handle lodged under the innovation wing gate.
Now, what Marcus said there,
Yeah, of course, Isabella. That's pretty. That's cool, man.
Of course, he's gonna be important for the lore. Before jumping into the hole after Mommy and Poppy, if you look around, you can actually see 5 corridors that lead to different wings of the factory, like the game station,
only 19 more subs for
5
600.
different wings to the factory. So if this is truly a
Who's
center
Crown's
point to
room?
all
Have
the
you played
different
Minecraft?
wings,
Yeah, I
and all the
have.
slides lead from high-ranking members' offices, it would stand
I'm not good on it
reason
on
that each
PC
wing
though.
is
I'll have you know
associated with a
that.
different wing of the factory. For example, one of the wings is
Yeah,
labeled
if you,
Play Place.
I have made a Bed Wars
Very
video on my
similar to
channel,
where chapter 3 is
and I
taking
did some
place.
streams. You want to go out and watch
We
that
know
after this
Stella
one.
is someone with authority at Playtime, as she was in charge of
Catnap
sorting through all the
is to my
orphan
favorite
kids'
character.
test scores, and is
Yeah, me
therefore the one that
too.
would decide which kids move forward
My
on the
bloody
train headed
wallet
to the
has
next
been
stop,
gone for a
Playcare,
week. What
where
happened
she
to
can then
it?
monitor and begin the experimentation process. And as Stella's voice is heard in the game station, it would lead me to suspect that Stella's in charge of all play elements of the facility. So the Play Place
I have Sonic
would likely come
Superstars.
under her
I
control.
played that game when I
This
was
leaves us
little.
with
It was
2 things
nice.
left: research and production. Eddie MNR is a bit hard to pinpoint as we've only ever had one letter from him, but his note does refer to the creation of the lab that these experiments are taking place in. As such, it makes the most sense for him to be the head of research or some similar sort of title.
Maybe
which
they still
leaves
have
us
it.
then with the production wing. And you see, this is where
What's up,
we come in.
Catnap?
You see, there are 4 slides with names that we've already mentioned, but there
That one's
is
us.
more.
That one has.
Right-hand corner
Is that one gonna be
shadow.
us?
I suspect that this one is our slide. Someone who is high enough at the company to be aware of the living toys. Someone important enough for Mommy to recognize. Someone with an elite enough title that they got their own tube slide. We are the head of production. We're the ones putting these toys together,
Head of
using the parts of the
production.
children from the game station. And when the toys malfunctioned and needed
Whoa.
conditioning, they'd be sent right back to
That's
production
cool,
for us to
man.
fix the faulty product. That is
Nice.
why we're here. It's the only wing of the factory that's left unaccounted for. It explains our role in the narrative. It explains why Mommy recognizes us and why we're back. to either atone for our sins or to burn the entire place down so no one ever finds out what we did here. But that's not the end of it, though. If I'm right, and this is meant to be our slide, we've actually been given a name. I mentioned that the 5th slide has no name above it, but the letters for the sign do seem to be present just on the floor. J-A-H-Y-E-O-N-B-A-I-M. Now,
He's known to steal money from people like 5 years old, stole grandma's money. Well, then you need to confront him then.
You certainly can't just plug it into a word unscrambler to solve it for you. The team and I spent a few hours trying various combinations.
Like Call of Duty, I love Call of Duty, man.
Going through both chapters of the game trying to find some kind of a clue to point me in the right direction. Some initials or a document with only a first or last name attached, but so far, nothing. I did come up with a couple of possibilities, though. Things like Benjamin Yo, Benjamin Hoey, or J Bohemian. Can't say that they're anything definitive. However, there was one
Mike, someone says they want to be on top of the screen. Their picture that's there. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I predict that our character's name is, drumroll please,
Benjamin? I don't know. Jamie B. Honey.
Jamie B. Honey.
You played chapter 3 yet? Yeah, I did Corby. Literally my last stream, I beat it. That's what I did last stream. My past couple streams, I played Poppy Playtime and I beat it.
Or, you know, we're trying to make sure that everything stays.
We did, and I got smacked in the face.
You
taught yourself English? That's cool, Isabella. Congratulations. That's cool, man. That's cool. Nice.
Maybe it'll confirm the fact that in this story, the humans were the real monsters all along.
No, you're good, Corby. If you want after this, you can go back and watch it. It's up to you.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, you stole me $10. Hey, man. If y'all can help me get to 3,000 hours of watch time, bro, I can get my streams monetized. Y'all can be members. Y'all can send super chats. That'd be crazy. I have like 998 right now, and I need 3,000. Have you heard Tupac songs? Yeah. I've heard them. I just don't know the name of them. Guns? Why'd you say guns with a smiley face, Stuffy? In chapter 4, there's a character I think is named Crown Drown.
Did someone doodle on my face? Are these tattoos?
I didn't even know. I haven't even heard anything about it. Hey, thank you for 582 subscribers. Appreciate it. Was born a year before Henry Danger's first episode was released. Really? No way, bro.
A theory based on the Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 teaser trailer. Because while this trailer may seem vague and unspecific, it reveals even more of the horrific experiments that went on inside Playtime Co. May this theory terrify and disturb every theorist that chooses to click.
A year ago. Yep. Who's your favorite artist in music? Mine's The Living Tombstone. Favorite artist?
Game Theory, the show that encourages you
Probably
to
Drake.
wake up
I like
and
Drake.
smell the poppies. And I mean that quite literally, friends, because today we're diving nose first back into the world of Poppy Playtime, which has been suspiciously quiet since the release of Chapter 2 back in May. Then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we got ourselves this little surprise last week. A teaser trailer for Chapter 3 coming out, according to the video, sometime next year. And let me tell you, friends, if you haven't seen this teaser yet, it gets dark. It starts off with a slow panning shot of the toys that we've already defeated.
We had to use for catnip, so
Mommy long legs
rest.
Into
Alright, see you, I'll leave. Thank you for watching.
For some reason,
take care.
While we listen to Elliot Ludwig, founder of Playtime Co., giving an announcement about Playcare, the adoption initiative that Playtime Co. is starting. He states that Playtime owes everything to these children, and then the trailer ends as the camera moves up to reveal a creepy-looking gas mask. All while the sounds of audience applause.
I wonder if there's gonna be a Grab Pack 3.0 on Chapter 4. Maybe. You never know.
Yay!
Yep, that's the gas mask.
That's going to be played by kids. Clearly, they went hard for this one.
Yep,
the Chapter 2
gas
teaser
mask.
was creepy. Child
I didn't even think about that.
Spider in a minor key, classic horror trope. But there's something about the sound of screaming children that just hits different. That's coming from a guy who talks about dead kids way more regularly than a person probably should. However, behind those screams is the thing we're really looking for: the lore. For a few episodes now, we've suspected that Playtime Co. used children to make these living, breathing, bleeding toys. And now, having the founder of the company outright say, we owe everything to these children.
And my old teacher said I'm dyslexic. Are you? My dad's dyslexic, so I don't really have anything.
I suspect that there's enough in this single minute of content to get a sense of most of what Chapter 3 is going to reveal to us. From the next big bad toy we're going to face to perhaps the most disturbing lore drop.
Boxy Boo? Maybe. I don't know. The only thing we've seen was in Project Playtime.
Bob's Monster Factory, shall we? Probably the best place to start off is by addressing the severed dinosaur head in the room. In my live reaction to the teaser over on GT Live, where you'll notice I'm wearing some stellar new theory wear, by the way. Info that's down below this video if you're interested.
Should I make
in that
merch?
Nice
Should I make
long
more,
sleeve
guys?
t-shirt,
I might.
or,
I don't
you
know.
Maybe an awesome new
Would you guys buy
futuristic
it? I don't
backpack
know.
or shoulder bag right in time for the new school year. Let me tell you, they're the perfect size for any
Whenever I hear
killer
the word
toys you
lore, I
might
say
wanna
more
cram in
lore.
there. Or, maybe
Yep.
just a pack of our new clickbait green playing cards. I promise they won't come to life and chase you through the ventilation system. Seeing Braun the dinosaur here immediately set off some theory alarms. Is that the dinosaur? What is that? Braun? Braun the dinosaur?
Braun?
His appearance here
Braun?
seems very intentional. The trailer begins by panning up from the remains of our
would?
first
Actually?
two bosses, and then we land on him, implying that he then is going to be our Chapter 3 big bad. This
Nope.
feels especially
Nope.
true
Completely
when you consider that
wrong.
the rest of the less important
If you want, I
characters
can
from
design
past
it for
chapters
free.
like Pugapillar and Bunzo
Maybe. I
appear
don't know.
behind the gas
I don't
mask
know.
at the end of the
Cause
trailer.
like I don't know how to make the product. Cause like I don't know how I need to any of that works.
Chapter 1 boss, Huggy.
If I do make it, I don't know how I'm gonna make the product
Is Braun
and stuff.
going
So
to be the boss?
I don't know.
Or kind of like
If you guys
the
want
bad
to,
of Chapter
it's my
3.
Discord
also worth
server.
pointing
Y'all
out that
join
the
it.
gas mask at the end of the teaser is red and yellow, exactly
I don't know,
like
Corby.
Braun the
Welcome back,
dinosaur's
Ali.
color palette.
Thank
No
you,
other
Isabella.
color
I
we've been
appreciate
introduced
it.
to at
Thank
this
you.
point
That means
matches
a
that
lot.
coloring. So it does
Dare you
seem
to say
like
the
an
N word?
odd coincidence.
No,
Like,
I'm
again,
good.
it's
I wanna
purposefully
keep
trying
being
to
on
hint at
YouTube.
importance in this upcoming chapter. And then you have yourself the cardboard cutouts.
Yes,
Throughout
I love
Chapter
this
2, you
place, and
find
I'm so
these
happy for this.
cardboard
What?
cutouts of the various
The
characters
coolest
from Playtime
YouTuber
codes
is
scattered
Doctor.
throughout the map. If you push the buttons multiple times, they say various phrases. Some of them harmless,
Who's Doctor?
some of them
As
disturbing.
Poppy said, we need to be cautious. There's something. Yeah. Me? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate it.
And if you keep on pressing,
Thank you,
most of
Ali.
them end up as a glitchy mess. Now, I gotta be honest, when I first saw these things, I really wanted to do a theory just on these cardboard cutouts, expecting there to
Life
be
lesson,
some
if
sort
you
of
want a dog,
hidden
don't get a
lore
husky.
inside the
Yeah,
glitchy
big
audio.
dogs
Like,
are
it is the perfect
scary.
place to
Well, not
hide
scary,
lore,
but
the perfect place
they're
to
nice,
hide
but
some lore.
they can
Mob
be.
games,
They don't know how
wink,
strong
wink,
they are,
nudge,
honestly.
nudge. I tried pitch
You think I'm
shifting,
nice? Thank you,
reversing the
Isabella. I
audio,
appreciate it.
spectrograms, basically everything I could think of. You know what I got?
Do math?
Nothing.
No, I hate
Maybe there'll be
math.
something that happens in
No,
chapter
please no.
3. Who knows? Mob games.
I didn't
But
tell
that
my
doesn't
I didn't tell my
necessarily
friend to
mean
give you
they
the
were
pass.
totally
No, I'm good.
useless, because Braun
Nope,
does
I'm not
actually
saying
give
it,
us some
bro.
interesting information. By
Nope.
pressing his cutout button once, we
Or
get a
divided
setup
before
for
it's
a joke.
one.
What do you call a dino with one eye?
And then pressing it again,
I
we
don't
get
know.
punchline.
Do you think he saw us?
Do you think he's
Slow
yours?
clap there,
Yeah, they
Braun.
are so
Slow clap.
vocal.
That is the type of humor that's
Got a
kept me
dog
alive
poodle
on
ex
YouTube
King
for
Charles
the
and he's
past
a demon.
decade.
Yeah, I have a
However,
Pomeranian and a
pressing
Shih
the
Tzu.
button, you get this.
What do you call the scariest dinosaur?
Me. Why so serious? Why so serious? 4 divided by 4
Braun is
is 1,
outright
isn't
telling
it?
us that he's a scary dinosaur. The other toy cutouts,
Yeah, 4
even
divided
the
by
ones
4
that
is
do
1.
try to kill us within this very
You
chapter,
play
aren't
Roblox?
nearly that
I used
overt.
to.
Some
I'm
of them
probably
have
just gonna
ominous
start playing
lines,
it
but
again.
none of them are
If
outright
my streams
warning us
get a
about
lot of
how
people like this,
scary
and I
they
want to
can
play
be.
with you
In
guys.
short, all the signs
So
are
yeah.
pointing at Braun
4
being
divided
the
by
toy
4 is
that we're
2
gonna
or
face
1.
next, which is why I don't believe it. I
My
suspect
favorite
that
character
this
from
might be a
chapter
big
2 is PJ.
misdirect on the part of Mob
PJ
Games.
Pugpillar.
I think it's
He was
theory
creepy.
based.
I
It's
did
meant to
not
get
like him,
little
bro.
fishies like me interested in the hook, and then I get lured in and
You have a
served
chihuahua
up
mixed
on
with a
platter.
poodle, a
See,
blue
this
nose,
isn't the
and a
first time that
husky.
we've had Braun
Wow, that's a
shoved into the
lot.
spotlight only to be relegated as a mere background character when the chapter ultimately comes out. All the way back in the first trailer for Poppy Playtime, there's this wonderful shot of a
Chapter
giant
2
toy Braun
bombed?
whose head suddenly turns around on its own.
I like chapter 2. It was pretty
And
good.
then the chapter came out and he was a poster. Cool,
Yep.
cool. He reappears in chapter 2, but again,
14
he's
divided by
nothing
2
more
is
than just
7.
a prop in a puzzle sequence. And from a business perspective too, it just doesn't make sense
Yeah,
for
7.
Braun to star in chapter 3. Mob Games have had such success in creating new big scary villains like Huggy and Mommy. The third chapter, just going back to a character that's existed since the beginning, it loses a lot of the hype of a big teaser reveal. And they not only lose hype,
Think it'll be
but
chapter
also
5. I hope so.
merchandising
I like this
opportunity.
game.
People have loved Braun, Catbee, and all the other toys since chapter 1. New
14
chapters
divided by
means
2 is
opportunity for
no.
new
14 divided by
characters,
2
which means
is
more new merch. And the last thing about this is that Mob Games'
7.
strength really seems to be flexible characters.
Yeah,
Things that
14
bend, feel
divided by 2 is
softer or
7.
rubbery. I mean, Kissy Missy trying to pull this switch in the middle of chapter 2. Not only is it hilarious, but it also just shows the strength of the team's animation of softer, stuffed characters. It is a
The phone's at
huge
1%.
and
Can you
welcome
keep the
departure
stream
from
until I
the
come
monster
back and I
designs
sub
of
to you?
a
Alright,
certain
Brian.
other indie
Alright,
franchise
I
that's
got you.
dominated the scene for the past 8 years. Braun
I have
is hard,
one
he's
dog
heavy,
to cat cats to horses to bunnies.
pushing
That's
away
nice.
from the monster
Oh,
aesthetic that's
okay.
worked so well for Poppy Playtime up to this point. So call it a hunch.
By
for
the way,
past
Brian, I don't know if
decade
you're
of
still
doing
here anymore,
this,
but I gotta
think
go in a
Bronze
few,
can
like
be
a,
our big bad. I think
like
they're gonna reveal more about our
maybe
big
like
bad in
I
October
got
or
like
November
maybe
as they get
20
closer
minutes
next year.
left. life.
Release. But hey, that's just a theory.
Because I gotta go to dinner. Why don't they just make him
into
a mini boss? I'm not sure, honestly.
Near done with this
I would like
teaser,
that, but
if I am gonna keep
I
going
don't
to
know.
reveal the big lore drop
I don't think a dinosaur would be that scary in this game.
I'm gonna need you to
LeBron
do
James
one
got it
thing
because
for
there's
me right now.
LeBron dinosaur.
Subscribe button. You guys know I know a lot about YouTube, right? Well, here's a little
Most
known
easy
fact
question
about
is
how it
this.
works. Your
I don't
clicks
know
on
what that
the
is.
subscribe button actually
It's 12
wind up
divided
the
by
crank over at
6,
YouTube's
yeah.
headquarters and give the algorithm the power that it needs to play the various videos.
Oh, I thought that was the end of the
So, I'm
video.
gonna need you to wind that crank. Bet you can't click the subscribe button before I count down to 0, 59, 58, 50. Okay, obviously it was a joke. Thank you for the sub.
Well, 12 divided by 2 is 6. 14 divided by 2 is 7.
It would certainly be cool to be able to figure out the next monster that we're going up against in Chapter 3. Considering they all seem to die by the end of the chapter anyway, the more intriguing part is the underlying lore about Playtime Co. and the experiments that they've been running. Got a lot
All
of
right,
hints
see you,
throughout Chapter 2
Isabella.
that the company
Take
was trying
care.
to revive dead rats using gel made from poppy flowers, and that now they were looking for quote-unquote larger subjects.
All right, y'all
aka
are
children.
tripping now,
We
bro.
also saw paperwork where members of the staff were rating children's physical abilities in order to best pair them with the appropriate toy. Enter the setting for this newest chapter, Play Care. As the teaser
Playcare.
says,
That was what we were in with all those different areas and stuff.
having an on-site orphanage would give them plenty of larger subjects to dip into poppy gel. Kids forgotten by a system. Kids that are untraceable. But then what? What did they do here that led them to becoming the horrifying monsters that we've now come to expect from the franchise? Well, I suspect the answer to that question lies
I joke around
with
whenever
this
someone
teaser, but
says a
not
math
in
problem and I say the
teaser,
wrong
rather
answer.
the
So you know there's
thumbnail.
chapter
You see,
4,
the
5, 6?
thumbnail
I have
obviously
no
puts the gas
idea.
mask front and center,
Rat
as you'd
jelly.
expect, but there's a
Where do you
detail
know it's
here
gonna
that
be caught
isn't
up 'cause you
present
played
in
it?
the actual video. Surrounding everything is this red mist. It looks cool and it definitely works nicely with the gas mask theme, but as someone who spends way too much time in thumbnail design meetings, I can tell you that this detail is more than just a it looks cool moment. This detail is intentional. It reveals way more than anything in the teaser itself. It reveals the usage of poppy gas. I mean, poppies are red flowers after all, so it just seems to make sense. I do think that the poppy gas, I think that's probably where they're headed with this, right? Is making the poppy into a gas that then is converting the kids. Immediately after I filmed this over on GT Live, I jumped on the computer and started looking into the idea of poppy gas. And you know what I found? Nothing. Zilch. Nada. Turns out nobody is interested in turning an odorless flower into a gas. But then, I remembered this moment from the opening seconds of the game.
Her hair is sturdy and won't come out when you brush it, and smells just like a poppy flower.
Her hair smells like poppy flower, but poppies aren't supposed to have a smell, right? Well, they don't, unless you're
Playtime
talking
Chapter
about
6
a
released
specific type of
2,500,
opium poppy.
2,500.
This is actually something that
None
I
of us will
casually
even be
tossed out
alive
there
by
in
then,
our
bro.
first ever theory on poppy Playtime. Side note, I looked into, and it turns out that poppies don't really have that much of a smell, unless of course you're talking about opium poppies, in which case you're opening up a whole lot of messed up there. You see, normal poppies don't have a smell and don't have much of a narcotic effect because they have low levels of alkaloids. Basically, just
I told you can make poppies into
drugs.
drugs.
Opium poppies, though, have higher alkaloid levels, resulting in a stronger smell.
That sounds
and more
horrible,
physiological
poppy here.
effects on
Yeah.
humans.
You try to
So
speak
what do they
French?
do?
I know
Well,
nothing
no
in
further
French
than
except
the Wizard of
oui oui.
Oz.
Poppies will put them to sleep.
I can't run anymore. I'm so sleepy.
You can't rest now. We're nearly there.
Opium has been used throughout history as a painkiller and sleep inducer thanks to some of the chemicals found within it, namely morphine and codeine, drugs that you might be familiar with because they're still used today as painkillers. Now, obviously, there are more and more regulations on using opiates like these for medical purposes. In fact, my partner Steph, in her former life before YouTube, worked on helping educate doctors about the medical uses and dangers of opiates.
Nice,
and
Elodie.
opioids. However, that sort of knowledge didn't exist in the early 1900s, and this stuff was totally unregulated. Opium would commonly be mixed with sugar and water to make syrups, balms, and soups, which would then be given to children that couldn't sleep. These balms could then be applied to women's chests to help babies wean faster, or they would be put on babies' gums to soothe them while they were teething. In fact, they were marketed as soothers and could be purchased in pretty much any grocery store at the time. You know, it was just common practice for perfectly normal kids to be given highly addictive drugs, at least until regulations finally came down in 1912. But as disturbing as that may be, it actually connects directly back to Poppy Playtime. Playtime Co. using opium poppies and Poppy's hair follows this trend of subduing kids who are in pain or just a bit restless using a drug. It
If
also
we gain
means
2 more
that they
subs
were
this
probably
stream,
able to skirt around
that's
regulations.
10 sub
Who would
day.
suspect
It's
a
pretty good,
toy
actually.
company putting
I didn't think I was
opium
gonna
in a
get this
doll's
much, 'cause,
hair?
like,
And considering they weren't a medical
I'm just
center, they
reacting to
probably
Matt
were
Pat.
even less likely to fall into
Drugs?
suspicion.
Where?
How does all of this relate back to our creepy gas mask and the red fumes surrounding the toys? A gas mask, to me, implies that the gas is covering a large area, and that the gas is more concentrated. In my research, I found this: carfentanil, a narcotic gas that's in the
Carfentanil.
same category as opiates and opioids, which is 10,000 times stronger than morphine, which itself is 100 times stronger than opium. And carfentanil has been weaponized as a gas before. In Russia back in 2002, a group of rebels took a theater of 800 people hostage. Since I already seem to be doing movie references in today's episode, it's basically like this opening scene from Tenet. After 3 long days, the Russian authorities were suddenly faced with a difficult choice of how to possibly end the standoff. They decided to use a carfentanil-based gas
I
to
watched
knock
too
out
much
the
to
rebels,
catch a
thereby
smuggler.
allowing the troops to get into the building safely. Except there was one problem with the plan.
How many?
Carfentanil is too strong.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
1,
stuff
2,
is
3, 4,
10,000
5
times
left.
stronger than morphine.
All right, this will be my last one, and then I have to go, guys. I'm sorry, but I gotta go eat dinner.
It also killed 100
Yo, what's up, Clifford? Welcome back, Clifford. Welcome back to the
breathing
stream,
stuff in.
Clifford. I
The
remember
gas
you.
fills your lungs,
What's
replacing
goody?
the oxygen that you should be breathing in, meaning that no oxygen is getting into your bloodstream, but instead this deadly chemical, eventually causing your body to shut down. Which then brings us all the way back around to Playtime Co. and their experiments with poppy flowers and rats. The experiment that we read about in
I'm not
Chapter
sure,
2
Ali.
shows
I
that
didn't know.
Elliot and his team killed a rat.
What are we doing?
submerged it into a
I'm just reacting to Matt Pat's videos on the Poppy Playtime lore, so I can, excuse me, so I can just get caught up in all this. Yeah, do what Core V said, everyone. It's only one. For me, it's 3:05, and I'm kind of having an early dinner with my deals, which is like at 4. So I gotta go here in a bit. What's up, Weed and Kids Gaming? I remember you.
Swimming for hours, but I can't then claim that I'm suddenly hydrated.
Hi, Weed and
Water's only
Kids.
effective once it's inside of my body. I'm wondering if that's actually what we're seeing here. Poppy gel didn't work, but what if you breathed in poppy gas?
You're leaving? Yeah. After this one, I gotta go. Like 4 minutes.
If Playtime Co is
No,
trying
you're
to
good.
activate
You're
elements
you're
of the
good.
poppy,
You're good.
it being
He's
in
trying to
your
make it to
body
600
is the
subscribers so he can see that I can play the
people
Superior
alive.
Dream
Well,
to see.
it feels
Yeah,
like that's
Catnap.
gonna get you
Keep
more
me accountable for that.
results when
Take a
trying to
picture
revive
or
someone.
make a clip of whenever I said that I would play that, because I will forget. Trust me. When's your next stream? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I got y'all tomorrow. Either I'm gonna finish reacting to this or play a game you guys want me to play. What's up, what's up, Weed and Kids Gaming?
And yes, at this
Wow, was
point,
that late
I
for
think
you?
I need to make the obvious disclaimer
It's
here.
4 or
This
6?
is dark. Very dark. I think we can all very easily see the parallels to World War II gas chambers. But the reason that I'm talking
Yeah,
about these
Catnap, keep me
very
accountable for
disturbing
that.
things, very
Clip when I
tragic
said
events,
that
is because it seems like this is
and
where the game's headed
send it to
to
me
with
or
the
whatever.
upcoming third
Play Mario
chapter.
Kart?
This
Maybe
is
play
a
some
toy
Sonic?
factory after all. Mass
Okay,
production
Mario
is
Kart. I got a
the
Switch. I just don't know how to connect it to my
factory. We see
PC.
dozens of
And
broken,
Sonic,
bloody
I don't really play
bodies,
Sonic.
boogie bots, and candy
You know
canes.
what,
These
actually?
weren't special
You just reminded me, Clifford. I used to stream on Twitch like so long ago, and I used to play. There's this game that came on Roblox. It was like Sonic Simulator. It was like this immersive simulator that was actually Sonic. That was made by Sonic, like Sega. I man, I don't know. You just reminded me of that. Those were good times. I remember just streaming that daily, just Sonic Simulator. I don't know. You just brought that up to me. That was pretty cool. Mario Kart. Chief for tomorrow. Can you do 6? Can you do Garden? Can you do Garden Abandoned 1, 2, 3, 4, 6? I don't know. 12 at night? Can you be asleep? He was a good YouTube. We missed you, Matt Pat. Yeah, I'm gonna be sad that Matt Pat retires. I know that game. Yeah, Sonic Speed Simulator. Sorry I missed your FNAF stream. No, you're good. You're good, Weed and Kids Gaming. Yeah, I played Sonic Speed Simulator early on when I streamed on Twitch. Then I moved to YouTube. YouTube's so much better than Twitch.
I believe that to be the case because of the main focus of the teaser, the mask. This gas mask is not just the same color as brawn, it's the same color as real-life gas masks that were created during World War II. While most masks were neutral colors like black, brown, gray, or green, those colors
What's up,
made
Matthew
gas
David
masks
Dunn?
look
Welcome to the
unappealing and
stream.
scary,
How you
especially for
doing?
children. You can imagine
You
why.
think you can start playing Sonic Speed Simulator again? It could be fun. Maybe. I don't know. There's not really like a lot of people I know that watch it, so I don't know. You just better because shorts and how it rots the brain. Yeah, I made a lot of shorts, and that's one of the main reasons. That's like my most way of pulling people in is shorts. Everything else, streams and videos, they haven't gotten over 1,000 views, but my shorts have gone multiple, like tens of thousands of views. What's up, Bryant? Welcome back. I can't be in your live tomorrow because I have school. Oh, I have school off tomorrow. You, Matt Pat was good. Yeah, we all miss Matt Pat.
children,
I'm gonna miss
all
him.
in an effort to make them and the scientists that wear them less scary, which of course they have to do so they don't get high off the fumes that are being pumped into play care. If these gas masks were only necessary while kids were being shoved into a testing room to be transferred into a toy, then they could have just had them as a standard black color. No kids would
Next
be
time, can you do a
conscious
stream
enough to
creating
see
the
them
grep
being
pack
worn.
IRL?
It
I don't know how
makes
to
a
do
lot more
that.
sense that they're this
If I had the
color, though, 'cause the
materials, I
children are
would.
seeing them being
Yeah,
worn
same school off.
regularly, which you'd have to do if the entire
Hey,
play care facility was
583.
slowly
Thank you to
being
just
gassed.
subscribe.
Then,
I
all we're
appreciate
left
it.
with is a
What's
bunch
up,
of
Matthew?
screaming
How you doing,
children.
Matthew?
Chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime promises to
Welcome.
lean heavy
Welcome
into
to the
twisted backstory of
Drippy
the factory. I'm
community.
just not sure any of us realized how dark they were willing to go with this story.
But what if I want
Thanks
to be
this new
high?
teaser, I think we have an idea.
Also, yeah,
Now
I
the
appreciate
question
all of
is,
y'all coming back and
brave
watching these
enough to
streams.
keep
Like, it means a lot.
Hey,
Because
that's
people
just
wouldn't
a
do that before. They
theory.
just watch one and dip. But y'all are
Theory.
consistently here, so I
Thanks for
appreciate it.
watching. Here's a quick reminder that new
Again,
theory
if you guys want
merch
to join
is
my
available
Discord,
right
that's it.
now. While we might
Also,
not have
everybody in the
ourselves
comments,
Game Theory branded
everybody in the
gas
chat, make sure to type in the
masks
comments,
yet, we
Poppy
do have
Playtime,
ourselves switch cases,
Poppy
pencil
Play explanation
cases,
to let us know
pencil
where you're here
cases.
for the
One
end.
of
Yep.
those is a lie. I'll let you
Whoa.
guess which one. And while
Charles,
Playtime
I'm
crew
gonna
seems
watch
to be
this
going all in
whatever.
on red and
I'm gonna
yellow,
watch
Game
the end to
Theory's
this and then I
latest
gotta go.
tea is
You're doing good,
green,
Matthew. That's
black,
good to hear.
blue all over.
Thank you,
Dear
Matthew
viewer, I
David,
understand. You
for
cannot feel
subscribing.
this
I
shirt for
appreciate it.
yourself. Feel
Means a
Vision
lot.
is
Thank
not
you.
yet a thing that's been built into the
I'm
product of
underrated. Thank
YouTube.
you,
They
Corby.
prioritize
That
YouTube
means a
Shorts
lot.
first. But if you could just
I
feel
appreciate
this
it.
thing, you too would
Or
wanna
stream
wear
replay
it every
teardown. I have
day,
no
like
idea what that
apparently
is,
I
but
have
I'll look that up.
every single
Yeah, you do,
day I've
Maddie.
been filming
Maddie,
lately. And yes,
you're
that
goated.
one right
You
there
always
is
show
me
up.
with
I
one
appreciate it.
sock on. No, I will not be taking any further questions. Want something warmer as we quickly approach the fall? Check out
I
this
used to
Space
average
Racer
like 2 to
quilted
3
jacket.
viewers on
This
my
thing is like
streams.
wearing a blanket,
Now
but
there's
it's
15 in here,
fashionable
bro.
and
I remember
cozier.
being
And while you're at
like
it, why
going
not
crazy
take
when
a
there's
look with a
15 in
brand
here.
new backpack? I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
just
see
a
what the
game
chalk mark
theory.
says above my head.
It's everyone
Much
to say
wow.
hashtag
Need
ruin
I say
DLC.
more?
Everyone say
Seriously, this thing
hashtag
has
ruin
a ton of room
DLC.
and so many compartments
You also
for your
subscribe
research
to me. Thank
papers,
you,
your
Clifford.
toys, the memories of what you did to all those kids a decade ago.
Oh, feet? Why you say oh feet, Frank Flores?
So, if you
Well,
want
welcome
to
to the
get your hands
stream,
on any of
Frank.
these items
Frank.
before they disappear faster than an employee in an indie horror game, head on over
I will
to
see you again. I promise I won't be high. But you're high right now.
theoryware.com, or just
Alright,
click
see
the
you,
link in the
FNAF
top line of the
enthusiast.
description. And as
I like
always,
supporting my
remember,
bestie.
friends, it's
I like
just a
supporting you too,
theory.
whatever you do.
Game theory.
Thanks for watching. Saw his feet. Were you wait, Frank? Were you there when I did my feet reveal on like my 200 subscriber special? Were you there? Was that you? What does this have to do with Poppy Playtime? I'm just asking. It was the lore. That's the lore. Bye, FNAF enthusiast. Yep. Hashtag ruin DLC. Were you there, Frank Flores, when I did when I did a feet review on my 200 subscriber special? I think I remember you, Frank, because your name sounds familiar in the chat. Hey, shout out to you, Frank. That was a while ago. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. But yeah, guys, I did just show everyone your feet. I took a picture and I pinged everyone on my Discord server. Well, I gotta go. See you soon, chat. See you, Clifford. Thanks for watching. But yeah, everyone. This was a nice short little stream. Hour 30. Not really that short, but tomorrow I'll probably be able to do one longer than this one. I'll probably play a game or finish reacting to the oh my god, I'm blinking. To the videos, but yeah, I gotta go, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all being here. I love you. Who plays Henry Hart and Henry Danger? I'm not even sure. Bye, Tommy. Bye, Maddie. Bye, Weedham Kids Gaming. Appreciate you, Weedham Kids Gaming. That means a lot. Wait, you forgot to play Ruin DLC. Can you play it right now? What? No, we said when I hit 200, when I hit 600, I'll play it. See you. Bye, Elodie. Bye, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Oh, what's up, Brian? Real quick. Make it, well, not to rush you, but make it quick because I gotta go. What's up, Frank? Okay, hurry up, guys. I gotta go. Bye, Weedham Kids Gaming. Are you gonna stream tomorrow? Yes, I am. One more thing. We all miss Matt Pet. Yeah, we all miss Matt Pet. Bye, Catnap. Bye, Weedham Kids Gaming. What, Frank? Bye, Envy. Take care. Alright, bye, Weedham Kids Gaming. Bye, Frank. Bye, Godzilla 907. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Don't do anything stupid. Stay out of trouble. Hey, 584 subscribers at the end. We gained 10 today. How do you play the PS4 Godzilla game? I'm not sure. Alright, see you, Bryant. Bye, everyone. Take care. Peace. Thank you, Godzilla V907.